Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to week 4 of NaNoWRIMO. So it's currently day 22. It's Tuesday. I did not start the vlog yesterday, obviously. So before I tell you guys my word count for yesterday, make sure to click up above to check out my writing vlog from last week if you want to see how that went. If you have not yet seen that vlog, it's one of my favorite writing vlogs I think I've made in a while. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I thought it came out really nicely. It's a long one, so if you like long vlogs, then it's perfect for you. But yeah, so my word count for yesterday, the 21st, was 1,686 words. Let me tell you, NaNoWRIMO has become really difficult. Last week I reached the end of my novel before I hit 50k, so now I'm having to go back through the book and find missing scenes that I just never wrote, adding descriptions in so I can get up to that 50k. It's not fun. I had a really tough time yesterday and I ended up writing a scene that I didn't really want to write, and I honestly probably will cut in later drafts or move. It's not gonna stay where it is, and it's not gonna stay exactly how it is. It's probably gonna have to like be shuffled around somehow and definitely changed and cut down, and I don't even know. But I am now over 45,000 words in total, which is really exciting because that means I'm just that much closer to 50k. I don't know how I'm gonna get to 50k, but you know what? I feel like I'll be able to do it because the last couple NaNoWRIMOs I've done, I've had this exact same issue where I reach the end of the book before I hit 50k and I have to scramble to get more words, and it always works out fine. You know, I always manage to hit the 50k. Does it feel like pulling teeth? Absolutely. Like absolutely it feels like pulling teeth, and I hate it every step of the way, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. So it's currently almost 1:50, which means in just over 10 minutes I'm going to be doing my live write-in with Rachel Moore. She is the author of the book Fades, which is coming out next fall. I'm so excited to chat with her. I absolutely adore her book, and so I can't wait to like chat about it with everybody, and it's just gonna be such a good time. So I'm going to just chill for the next couple of minutes before I hop on the call with her. I always get so nervous before doing live write-ins and don't really know why, because I've done so many of them now, but they're just nerve-wracking, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna relax the next few minutes and I will update you guys afterwards. Okay, so tell us about yourself and your book.
Okay. I have not practiced my elevator pitch, so we're all along for the ride this time.
It's gonna be great.
I am Rachel Moore, and I'm the author of the Book of Fades, which, like we established, is coming out next fall with Catherine Teagan Books, which is an imprint of HarperCollins. It is a young adult paranormal rom-com that is heartfelt and haunting, but also like so silly.
So silly.
I feel like I can't accurately express how like goofy this book is, even though it's like, in my opinion, I mean, I cried writing it, right? So I think it's like deeply moving. And also there are like so many hijinks. So it sort of rides that line between a book that is definitely a ghost story and also one that is like any like 2000s teen rom-com.
That's like the perfect description. Absolutely. It's so goofy, it's so silly, but it is so heartfelt. Okay, so the live show is over now. I had so much fun, so thank you so much to anyone who joined that live show. If you missed it, I will definitely link down below and above in the cards the playback so you can check it out. Gonna be real honest though, I wouldn't watch that one if you're planning on getting writing done because we only did one sprint. I knew going into it that Rachel had to leave earlier than expected, so we were only live for about an hour, and after doing the first sprint and we were talking for a while, I was like, it doesn't really feel worth it to do another sprint. And honestly, I don't think any of us felt like writing. I know me in particular, I did not feel like writing, but we had a lot of fun chats. We talked about fan fiction, One Direction fan fiction in particular. We talked about a lot of fun things, so definitely go ahead and check that out if you haven't watched it already. So yeah, in that 1:15-minute sprint that we did, I got 289 words down. So now I'm sat here struggling, trying to find more places to put words, and I'm gonna be real honest, I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling great about the words and about drafting anymore. Like I so desperately want to be done. And I know that I could technically stop, but like, we all know me. I want to win NaNoWRIMO. I love winning. And I love getting to that 50K. So I'm going to keep writing. But I have a feeling that I'm going to have a lot of hard days this week trying to get the word count in. Right now, the NaNoWRIMO site is telling me that I'm going to be finished by the 24th. So that brings us to Thursday. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of hoping that I can finish before then. I mean, I think that's counting like the fact that like I haven't hit the word count today, so that might change once I hit today's word count. I just desperately want to be done. Like, there is nothing that I want more than to not be writing right now and to just be like sitting on the couch with a good book. I have not read much this month and it's making me really sad, so I'm gonna try my damn hardest to get a bunch of writing in. Not a bunch, but like get the minimum word count in for the day, because I think after dinner I might be going Christmas shopping with my dad, and so I would really love if when we come home from that, if I could just read for the entire night. I'm kind of in the mood to just like binge read a book and just read something in a sitting. I don't know, I don't want to be writing anymore. I'm so tired of it. So welcome to this week in NaNoWRIMO, where I just wish it was over and to where you're just gonna hear me complain a lot. I am so sorry. So I'm gonna stop procrastinating. I'm gonna blare Midnights by Taylor Swift, eat some Skittles, and just try to get some writing done. I was just about to update my bullet journal with my words for the day, and I realized that I wrote the exact, like literally the exact same number of words today as I did yesterday. 1,686 words. How is that even possible for me to write the exact same amount of words 2 days in a row? That makes no sense. I am completely shook by this. I don't even know what to say. Like, that is so weird. Anyways, that's how many words I wrote for today. The NaNoWRIMO site is saying that at this rate I should be done tomorrow, but I did the math, and if I were to finish this draft tomorrow, I'd have to write over 3,000 words. And if I were to finish NaNoWRIMO tomorrow, I would have to write over 3,000 words. And let me tell you, that is not happening. Like, there is absolutely no way that at the rate that I'm going with this book and like the content that I have left for it, that I would be able to pull a 3,000 word day without losing my mind. Because just getting the words that I got today, it was extremely painful and it put me in like not a great mood. I can't even imagine writing over 3,000 words in a day with this situation. I can't do it. I will not do it. So I'll be able to finish this book on Thursday. I just did the math, and if I do the bare minimum of 1,667 for the next 2 days, so Wednesday and Thursday, that brings me over 3,300 when I only need like 3,100 to get to 50K. So looks like I'll be finishing NaNoWRIMO on Thursday, which sounds good to me because I'm doing Black Friday shopping with my mom all day on Friday, and so this way I won't have to worry about it, which sounds wonderful to me. I just have 2 more days of pain and then I am done, which let me tell you, I'm just so ready to be done. Like, I don't know, I've been in like a bad mood for pretty much the whole day, like on and off, because of this, because I just don't want to be doing it anymore. Yeah, like the thing is like I know that I could come up with more scenes, and I have done like a couple new scenes, but I could come up with a couple of new scenes in order to like bulk this up and make it a bit easier on myself. But I am not in outlining mode, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a pantser, so like when I'm drafting, like I write what's in my outline and I don't really skew that far off from it most of the time. So when I'm drafting, I'm not in outlining mode. I am not in brainstorming mode. I can't think of new ideas, new scenes, new anything, because that's just not where my brain is. Like, it's like a different part of my brain almost. And so to think about trying to brainstorm new scenes right now when I'm like in the thick of it, it's not gonna go well. So I'm kind of just trying to still go through the entire manuscript to find places to add words. I have about 100 pages left of the book that I can possibly put information into. And it might be a situation where I have to go to the beginning again and try to, you know, still fit in more things. And again, like, I know that I could fit in new scenes. I know that I could also fit in way more descriptions. But again, I'm like in drafting mode. And when I'm in drafting mode, I do the bare minimum. Like, there's a lot of placeholders still in there in terms of like research that I don't feel like doing right now. And like, it's very bare in descriptions, and like that's just what my first drafts look like. So when I'm drafting, my revision brain isn't on. So I'm not looking really for places to add things. Like I am, obviously, because that's what I'm doing. I'm not describing this very well, but like I feel like my outlining brain, my drafting brain, and my revision brain are 3 different things, and it feels like I'm trying to combine all of those brains right now at once, and it's overwhelming my system a little bit. Like my one little brain cell that's up here is fighting for its life right now. Yeah, I feel like I don't have it in me to do this right now. Like I'm just in general just not in a great mood. The past couple of weeks have been hard. I don't know, I'm just ready for this month to be over and for it to be like full on Christmas vibes where I can just read all day and think about Christmas. So I don't know, I'm gonna update you guys tomorrow. I don't have any plans really. I was supposed to hang out with my friend, but she had to cancel to do some studying or something, so I don't really have any plans tomorrow. But I do need to redecorate my Christmas tree in my room because like half of my lights burnt out on the strand of lights that I had on it, so I now need to take everything off the tree, including all my ornaments, the ribbon, the lights, and I need to put new lights on and re-put the ribbon and re-put the ornaments on. I'm not looking forward to having to redo all of that, but it is what it is. I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow just because I don't know if I feel like doing it right now. I feel really tired today, so I think I'm just gonna save it for tomorrow and today for the rest of the day. I think I might watch something like a movie or maybe like an episode of Gilmore Girls or something. I don't really know because I want to read, but I just don't know if I have it in me to sit there and read a book right now. I think at the most I'll be able to listen to an audiobook. I think I might put on Gilmore Girls. I'm at a really good part with Rory and Jess, so I'm rambling now, but I'm gonna go. I'll update you guys tomorrow. Okay, my battery is gonna die in a minute, so I need to make this update rather quick, but it is now day 23 of NaNoWRIMO. I managed to write 1,750 words today, which is pretty good. I ended up adding in a new scene that's not quite complete, so I'll finish that tomorrow, but I ended up coming up with a scene to add, which I feel like was my saving grace. I don't know if I would have been able to get those words today if I didn't like come up with a new scene. So the writing in general went okay today. It did take me a really long time to get those words. I was sitting there for quite a few hours trying to scramble up some places to add words, so it was not a fun time, I will say. But I will be winning NaNoWRIMO tomorrow and finally finishing this book and putting it to rest and just relaxing for the rest of the month. I'm sure I'll go into it more tomorrow when I actually do actually finish this thing, but I already know I'm gonna get emotional. I have lots of things that I want to say, but I do want to save it for when I'm like actually done. So I don't really have anything else to say beyond that. I'm happy with my word count today. I have literally less than 1,400 words that I need to write tomorrow to a NaNoWRIMO, so yeah, I'm just at the point where I'm just ready for this to be done, which I realize I've been saying for like a while now, but I'm truly just ready for NaNoWRIMO to be over, and I'm just wanting to read and relax and watch Christmas movies. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow where I will be finishing this book, finishing NaNoWRIMO. I'm so excited. NaNoWRIMO. My goodness, I cannot even describe to you the relief that I felt today when I hit 50,000 words. This week has honestly been so hard in terms of writing and getting those words down and just feeling like motivated to do it, and it's been really hard. So I just kept seeing the word count creep closer and closer to 50,000, and it just made me so happy to know how close I was and to know that I didn't have to write the full like almost 1,700 words today, that I could write just 1,300 words. And yeah, I can't even describe to you how happy that made me today to like not have to write as much and to, you know, finish and know that I don't have to write tomorrow, that I can just, you know, chill and relax and, you know, not have to stress about it. I am so happy. But let me give you my word count update for the day. So I wrote 1,387 words today. I'm really, really happy that I'm done. My total word count for the month is 50,016 words. Yeah, I'm honestly just so happy with that, and I don't want to think about NaNoWRIMO anymore. Like, I'm so over it, you know? I'm so over it. Okay, so I've got Piglet here with me now, my little emotional support stuffy, because I told you guys in last week's vlog that I wanted to talk about the experience of writing this book and just how much it means to me to finally have drafted it. But I wanted to wait until like I actually finished NaNoWRIMO for like the book to like fully be considered complete. So here I am, about to sit down and talk to you guys about everything that I am currently feeling, which is a lot of things. This book has been something that I've wanted to write for so long. I've mentioned this a million times before, but it is loosely based off of something that I went through in high school. The story has evolved from that like original core idea of being inspired by something that I went through, but it's still like at the heart of it for me. Like, that's what this book means to me, is, you know, exploring what I went through in a fictionalized way and trying to cope with those feelings and, you know, finally like moving on from it and letting it go and just, you know, getting it down on the page and moving on. And so like, while the idea has evolved from that, it really doesn't have anything to do with it, and it's not the main focus of the story anymore necessarily. Like, there's a bigger meaning behind the story now than just this like one little thing that I went through. It just still means so much to me. So basically, I went through this thing in high school and it was really hard and I really hated it. It was about a friend who just out of the blue stopped talking to me and nobody knew why, and there were all these other things going on with it. And so I feel like I've kind of wanted to explore this in a book probably since high school, but I like concretely got an idea for it in 2020, and it was like the beginning of 2020, and it has definitely evolved since then. Like I said, like it's completely different now than to what I thought it was going to be at the beginning, but I love kind of the direction that the story has taken. It's more about the main character kind of finding her worth and finding out what she deserves. Just growing up, you know? Growing up, learning some things, and I feel like it's a book that I really could have used in high school when I was like initially going through this thing. But I'm not gonna lie, this was a book that I was really nervous to write. Even though this thing that happened a very long time ago, I kind of obsessed over it for years and let it kind of control my life a little bit. It was just something that took up a lot of brain power and a lot of like real estate in my brain, I guess you could say. And so I was kind of really nervous to write this book, even though this year in particular I've kind of moved on from this situation and I kind of feel a lot better about it this year than I have previously. And so I feel like I couldn't write this book until now anyway, even though I wanted to write it years ago. But I'm rambling a lot and I didn't like plan out really what I wanted to say here, so I'm sorry if it's like kind of all over the place and I'm not making any sense. But I was really nervous to write this book because I was feeling pretty good about the situation, and so I was worried that writing this book would kind of put me in my feels again and make me sad and just put me back in the headspace that I was in prior, where I was, you know, yearning over this person and this situation and obsessing over it, and I was really worried about that. So I was trying to prepare myself to be really sad and to be really like put in my feels. While yes, I was sad while writing this book, like some things did make me emotional and did make me want to cry, because the things that I was writing were coming from a real place and my real emotions, and it felt very surreal to be kind of like writing it down for like a character and exploring it and expressing it through this character. It was very emotional for me, but not in the way that I anticipated. I thought that it was going to make me sad over the actual situation itself, but it kind of just made me more sad for myself. And so I feel like writing this book was super cathartic for me, and it just really proved, you know, everything that I've been learning about myself in this situation in the past year or so. You know, all the realizations that I've had about it, and realizing what I deserve and what my worth is and what I want to think about going forward. Just like all these like realizations that I've had. Writing this book really just reinforced those for me, and it actually made me feel good. Like, I've been thinking about this a lot, specifically over like the last week, that writing this book just really, it made me feel good because, you know, I've said my piece, I've got it all down on the paper now, and I'm excited to obviously make the book better in the future because the book's not good right now. But, you know, like, I've gotten it off my chest, and it really did feel cathartic to write because this thing has weighed so heavily on me for far too long. And I feel like I really could not have written this book until this year, until, you know, I've gone through some stuff and made some realizations. And I don't know, I'm really excited about this project, even though I don't love what it looks like right now, and I know it needs so much work to get to where I want it to be and to be the book that I want it to be. But I'm just so excited that I'm tackling this thing and these tropes that I've been wanting to play around with, and, you know, this plot. I'm just really excited about it, and it just means a lot to me that I've finally gotten to this place where I could write this book, and I'm gonna cry, but it means a lot to me that I've gotten to a place where I can write this book and feel my feelings. But the sadness that I feel over it has completely shifted, whereas like before I was really sad about not having this person in my life anymore and not understanding why it happened and all of these things, to now where I'm just sad for myself, for my past self, who let this person, you know, control my thoughts, and, you know, who just let this person infiltrate my mind for nothing. They didn't do anything. They weren't special. They were just a person. And my brain turned it into something that it wasn't. It turned it into something to obsess over when it wasn't something that needed to be obsessed over this heavily. So I'm sad for myself that I let this person and this situation have so much power over me for so long. And I'm sad seeing my character go through it, because I'm like, girl, I've been there. I was just there. But it makes me so happy to see her come out of it on the other side and be like, okay, I'm now, like, on the other side. I see that it's like possible, and it's wonderful, and it's so beautiful. And I really do love writing books that have like pieces of myself in it in this way. Like writing Reasons Why Not To with the anxiety rep in it, for example, was so amazing, because even though the character was in a better place than I was by the end of the book, it gave me hope that I could get there one day. Even though like I was the one writing it, I was the one coming up with this and, you know, putting the character in that place, it gave me hope that one day I would be okay too. And I feel like this book is doing a very similar thing. So basically, I do plan on writing a lot more books dealing with various sorts of traumas and sad things that I've gone through in them, because I feel like it's just a way to deal with it. And I feel like I've always dealt with my emotions through writing. I've kept a journal since I was 5 years old, consistently since I was 10, but I've kept a journal for over a decade where I write literally everything that I'm feeling all of the time. And, you know, even when I was going through this thing with this person that, you know, kind of inspired this book, I wrote about it when I was like in class, when they were literally across the room from me. I would just sit there and write about them and write what I was feeling and write what I wish I could say to them, or, you know, anything like that. So like I feel like writing has always been my way to deal with things that are hard. And so I don't know, I like that I'm turning something that was so hard and painful into something that's hopefully going to be beautiful one day. I don't know, it just makes me very happy and very excited. So yeah, I don't know, I've been rambling for a long time, but I just want you guys to know that even though this book is not where I want it to be yet, obviously it's just the first draft, I am so happy that it's finally been written, because there have been so many false starts to it, you know, where I would start brainstorming or start outlining, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna write this book next month, I'm gonna write this book for NaNoWRIMO, and then last minute I would change my mind and do something else because I just wasn't ready. And not to say that I was necessarily ready to write it this time, because the outline wasn't perfect. Not everything was figured out, but I felt more mentally, I guess, ready to write it. And I felt more mentally okay with the fact that it wasn't going to be perfect, whereas before maybe I felt like it did need to have, you know, at least some sort of semblance of perfection. So I don't know, I'm just feeling really at peace with the way that everything has kind of happened, and I do feel like I could not have written this book until now. I feel like I did need to go through all the growth and go through, you know, all of the things that I've gone through recently to write this book. So I don't know, I'm definitely rambling, but I'm so happy that this book is written. I'm so happy, and I can't wait to revise it. Before I end this vlog, I just want to give a couple of updates. I'm not really going to be writing in December, so you're not going to get weekly writing vlogs from me, but I am going to be kind of jumping into my Christmas book that I drafted last NaNoWriMo. I'm just going to kind of be re-looking at all of my like notes and everything and transferring it into a journal, and then I'm going to be rereading the project and taking notes on it. So I thought I would make a vlog or two about that, but it's not going to be like weekly vlogs like I normally do. But you will be seeing writing videos from me in December. That brings us to the end of NaNoWriMo. That is wild. It feels like it literally just started, but like I'm done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed these weekly writing vlogs. I hope you've enjoyed my weekly live shows as well if you've been watching them. I still have one more. So even though I am done NaNoWriMo, I still have one more live show to do. So as this is being uploaded on Monday, tomorrow I'm doing my final live show with Haley from Pages of Haley. I'm so excited to do it with her. She's also already finished NaNoWriMo, so I think that's really funny that we're both done NaNoWriMo before we do our NaNoWriMo live show together. So I'll probably just be reading during the live show, but it's still going to be fun to talk about writing with all of you. So definitely make sure you join that live show tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. But thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below and let me know how NaNoWriMo has been going for you guys. Have you won already? Have you not? Tell me everything. Subscribe if you have not yet already, and I'll see you guys next time.